Hey YouTube, what's up? This is your Audio Olympian bringing the sound and video to you today. Just want to say a big happy Father's Day for all the dads out there. Thank you for joining us, and if this is your first time visiting our channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. That'll let you know when another video pops out. Okay, so this is going to be the first video in the series today, and I thought we'd go over power. I want to go over the amplifiers, and then the next series will be speakers, and then we'll go on from there, cables and connections, and then the room and what we're using in here for acoustic treatment. And yeah, so we got a nice good series of videos here coming for you. So we're going to get into the power here and pop that hood in Olympia and let you see what's running and making her work. So we'll catch you right back here in a minute. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start here again with the amplifiers. If most of you guys have been watching my videos or following my channel at all, first I want to say thank you. But you know, I'm a big Emotiva fan, and that's what we use to power majority of the speakers right now. So I'm going to go through here and just kind of show you what we got under the hood. So powering our front, which is the Goldenear Triton ones. Again, this is going to be more amps. We'll go over the speakers later. Is a XBA2, and I have those bridged. So they're pushing out 1,000 watts each into that speaker. And boy, does it sing, and it really does give you, you can tell the difference between 1,000 watts and anything else on that. It does give a really loud sound. For my center, I switched over recently, a few months back here, to the Stellar M700 amplifier from PS Audio. Digital amplifier. I wanted to try something new, and I'm really loving that. I like the tonality of it, the ease of it. It's very, very user-friendly, very light. I like that it's smaller, it's not so heavy. See, these monsters down here, all these Emotiva ones, these are averaging between 70 and 80 pounds each. So you get them in here in a space like this here that I just kind of put together myself. You can kind of see it's not totally finished up, but good enough for what I want. You don't move them after that. Those things are not easy to move around. So this digital Class D amplifier is very light. For a second there, I was holding out for a second. I wasn't sure if it was Class D or Class AB, but yeah, it's a Class D. It's a digital amplifier. And boy, I got to tell you, that thing does sound different than the other ones. I used to run this here on it, an XBA2, and I was running that at 1,000 watts here for my Goldenear Super Center XXL. Same thing. It is less wattage, so you can tell the difference there. Not much, but the sound is really, really good on this PS Audio. And I got this at a really good rate from a guy I bought online, brand new. He gave me, I think, $100 off of the retail price of it. And so I got it at a pretty good price there. Next, we went into the Marantz. I don't know if you can see that there, if my light's not blocking it too much. AV7702 MK2. And I got some fingerprints around there from my boys. When I bring my twins down here, they're always touching all over everything that lights up. So yeah, their hands are all into that there. And that one, I got to tell you, I got a funny quick story on this one. I took a chance and purchased this on eBay, on a person that didn't have very good their ranking on eBay for sales and whatever else. They didn't have much because they really hadn't, I guess, sold much items or maybe even bought. They were pretty new to eBay, but they were selling this as a non-working part piece, and I remember 300, 350, something like that, and they had a offer or best offer. And we have a local guy in my area here that does great on my electronics. I actually had him work on some of my Emotiva stuff. When I called Emotiva, the cost of what it would have had them fix it and for the shipping there and back,
it was actually cheaper to use my local guy who does an amazing job with it anyway. And I know that probably will avoid some of the warranties on that, but I think it was out of warranty anyway. Anyway, the cost of it was a lot less to use my local guy. So that's what I was going to plan on doing here. I was going to purchase this here because I think this processor still runs so anywhere between $800 to $1,000, $1,200. I've still seen it online. Well, anyway, I offered the guy like $300, something like that. He took it. It came in, and I was hoping, okay, I could just take it into my local guy, get it fixed up a little bit. Hopefully, it won't cost too much. And then, bam, I got me a new processor. And I wanted the MK2 because it did the DTSX, and so I wanted to get the new processor here at a very cheap rate. Lo and behold, I was messing around with it. I noticed inside of it there was a fuse that was missing, and all I did was go to Menards and pick up a $7 pack of assorted fuses, popped it in, and bam, and it's been working totally fine ever since. And so yeah, I got that one on a really great deal. Took a chance and hit a pot of gold on that one. So now we'll move over here. What we're powering some of our surrounds here with is the XPA 5. And I'd have to get behind them to find out if they're Gen 1s or Gen 2s, but I'm going to say most of them in here are Gen 2. And I personally like the older the older Emotiva compared to the newer Gen 3 stuff. I just find that they're a better build. I think they put more into it. Like a lot of companies on their first type of line products, they put a lot into it, and they slam the market, they get their name out there, and then over time they start figuring out how we can cut costs, still keep sound, it's just business stuff right there. But I personally like their Gen 1s and Gen 2. Gen 2 is my favorite line out of the Emotiva compared to their Gen 3s. They still make amazing products though. As you can see, I got them all over my house. If you've seen some of my other videos, I have my upstairs system as well, and I'm using Emotiva in there. And I will say, the cost of these versus what the costs are for some other amplifier companies, very, very much a lot less expensive and better sound to me for some of them. I compared them to a couple of Carver amps that I had, and I had still have a Rotel 1075, and I think I was added extra channels into that. I was using the Emotiva XPA 200 maybe, which is a 2-channel amp, and each one of those are running at about 200 watts a channel. And to me, it was a lot better than the Rotel, and I really enjoyed that. So for the DVD player, we have the Oppo over here, and I am running the 203, which is the 4K version. I like that one. It's very smooth, very low sound. You don't hear it much. Most high quality DVD players, HD players like that, or UHD I should say, they're kind of loud. And this one, Oppo did a great job. And I've actually had offers for it for $700-800, and nope, I'm keeping that one. I really like that one there. And then again, here's my other Emotiva XPA 2, which is running my second Goldenear. Okay, and then we have our War Machine over here, which is the PB16, yes, from SVS, which is an outstanding sub. For power here on my surge protectors, I'm using the Panamax on both sides. This is the 5100, and then on the other side over here I have the 5100 EX, which does a little bit more, has a little bit more protection in it. And I was considering on upgrading over to having both EXs on each side, but the 5100 is doing its job well too. So I'm talking a little bit here about the amplifiers. I have one set up here just to get up a little bit more close and personal here, which is XPA 1L. I was using this in my system until I changed it around a little bit. but I still have it in my pile of electronics, I should say, of my accumulation of everything I've been collecting over the years. This is the Class A/AB one that does have the switching on it. The thing I really enjoy about the Emotiva amps is for their cost, very low cost, you know, mid-range or low end, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. The thing I really enjoy about them, they're solid build. These things are heavy. Like I said, those big boys right there, the XPA2, XPA5s, those are 70 to 80 pounds each. So you know they put a lot of stuff in here. But I like using the XLR cables here. And I use those instead of the RCA. And so I use the balance on all of my system in here, which I'm going to go into a little bit of the cables on one of the other videos here. But it's very easy use. I like the blue lights here. Some people don't like them, but I really like looking at them. They're sleek. These amplifiers are built pretty well, and right out of Tennessee. I don't know if the whole thing is built there, but their manufacturing plant is right there out of Tennessee. The only complaint I did have on them, but it's easy to get around depending on which type of speaker cable you're going to use, is the wideness here of the positive and negative connection for the speaker cable. If you're going to use like high-end aftermarket cables, you're just going to buy some, let's say, I don't know, Audio Quest, Monster, you know, any one of the companies, they're high-end companies, they're tributaries, anybody that makes, you know, speaker cable. They typically aren't going to come with a width that can handle that length there. So that does kind of make it a little bit inconvenient. So either you're going to make your own cables, or you can find a company or someone that does that for a living. They make their cables and they can make you a pair there. So for the power cords right here, I did have one I'm going to grab real quick here before we end. I'm using, on some of these, I do have a couple of PS audio cables, but I also am using Pangea. This is a little bit of a smaller one. I got this Pangea from a company out of Grand Rapids over here in Michigan where I'm at. The AC, I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, there it is. AC14 SE. And those are very nice. I like the build quality. It's nice, thick. It's not too hard to manage. It is easily bendable here, so that makes it ease of use. So sometimes you get these things and they're so thick and heavy and hard and stiff, they're not very easy to fit in and, you know, stretch or turn however you have to have your system. So that's what we're using in here. To give you a little peek back here, it is a mess, but there is a lot going on over here. Eventually over time I do plan on cleaning it all up and getting it nice and straight and neat. Again, I'm just here for the sound in the video. So without further ado, why don't we get into a clip here really quick before we end. Okay, let's use this clip here. As I said, I'm going to get in a little close to the speakers just so you can get an idea of how these amplifiers push out. Alright, let's do the Dawn of Planet of the Apes. Hopefully it's not too loud. Turn our light down a little bit here so it's not too bright.
So there you have it, video 1 in the series here, power and amplifiers. I didn't want to do like a whole review on Emotiva amps because there's tons of stuff out there, but I did just want to show a little bit. I really like the line. Thanks to Emotiva for making a great product and making it very affordable for average people just like you and I. So that's video 1 for today. Look forward to the next series coming out. We're going to get in through the speakers, hear what that sound is like here, or get an idea of what that sound is like. You can already go and look up a lot of Goldenear stuff. Again, big shout out to Goldenear for making an awesome, amazing product line there that's very, very affordable. High end is affordable through them, and I really like that slogan. I appreciate it. So we'll see you guys next time. Keep listening and watching. SD, HD, UHD.